Welcome in Deseret News. Ryan, Dusty Litster, and Dane Stewart. The schedule video, as always, brought to you by the Utah National Guard, presented by Highland Associates. We're outfitted by Black Clover, and our mental performance coaching starting to pay off a little bit. Everyone else is taking it on too, but how about that? We went 9-2 last week. Both of us goes 9-2, which means everyone goes 9-2. Clearfield Sports, Region 14, Nate Gambler, Kyle Hefner. You all went 9-2 as well, so you tied us. You know.
I actually thought last week was tougher than that. I'm shocked that everyone went 9-2.
Hey, Hinder Digit, where are you, bruh? I know we missed you the week before, but...
At Dusty Litster on Twitter,
until I figure out who he is, I think I got some ideas. That's where that's going to go. All right, week one round one in the state tournaments, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and 6A. We're picking some of the better games.
Yeah, do we need to remind people where we're at? I am the regular season champion. My friend.
He watches Bohemian Rhapsody. Not quite got to the Mercury.
I'm not a singer.
But he went for it anyway.
Yeah.
How about this? He is the regular season champion, but I won a championship. Let's go to this. All right, let's start here. Farmington at Alta.
Sneaky game here. You know, that Farmington team, I know they lost to Fremont this last week, but, you know, this is a team that I feel like getting healthy again, pieces coming back together. Can they put together the experience they've gained over the course of the year and make a strong play at Alta? Really, the question in my mind is, does Ethan Jackson play, right? We were surprised that he did not play in the regular season finale for Alta. Had a couple weeks to get healthy. I hope he's back. If he is back, I got Alta. If he isn't, I think this game is close. I'm still going to go Alta. I got the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm taking the Hawks in this one, too, and I do think this one's close.
Yeah.
Ethan Jackson's there. I still think it's a little close because I think there's still the best football ahead of Farmington. But, yeah, I'll go Alta as well. A former Region 3 matchup in the first round, Region 2 versus Region 3, as I've been told. Let's go West Jordan and Herriman.
You know what, Dusty? We are setting tradition. This game happened in the playoffs in basketball last year. Remember what happened? West Jordan walked into Herriman and took care of business. Got a little revenge on them. I'll tell you, this Herriman team, you know, the offense, you know, we've talked about at times the struggle this year. This last week, a nice win over Riverton, but just a field goal coming from the offensive side. The defense has been stellar. It has been all year. Can they slow down Boston Farmer? Had 6 total touchdowns in the win last week for West Jordan. Look, this is not a Region 2 team. This is a really good defense. West Jordan going to have to get creative with how they try to move the ball against this Herriman defense. That Herriman team is stout. But I'm going to go with the Jags. Look, I've been the Region 2 correspondent on this show for a long time, and it's about time that, Dusty, I hold true to who I am. Go Jags!
This is a rematch of the regular season. West Jordan took that one. That was funny. Herriman, yeah, if he's a Region 2 correspondent, I'm everything else correspondent. Actually, I'm Region 4. But either way, I got Herriman. Look, John Gruden went to his defense in 2002, said, if you're such a great defense, you score 8 touchdowns and you win a Super Bowl. All you got to do is score 2 touchdowns on defense. That's all you have to do. And Herriman, I was joking about that because that's how they won last week.
Yeah.
I'm taking Herriman. I think Herriman gets this one done. When the chips are down, it's in the playoffs, Herriman seems to come through. I'll pick him in week 1. Manti at San Juan.
Sneaky game here, Dusty. I mean, you go back to Manti beating North Sanpete 2 weeks ago, and that had to give them a boost of confidence. Had a nice week this week. Again, San Juan had a tight one, able to pull it out late. The defense made a big play for a game-winning pick. I'm going to go with San Juan in this one, but I'll tell you, it would not shock me at all if Manti gets the W.
Yeah, but Manti opened the year at Crimson Cliffs. The reason I bring that up is they had to travel. They learned what that was like. And now you're going to Blanding. Little different story. Mrs. Nielsen's boys win on this one. I'm going Broncos on this one. I'll go San Juan as well. How about play each other back-to-back weeks? It really doesn't happen in football. In fact, the last time I remember it happening in football was in 1994 when the Raiders beat the Broncos 4 times that year. Beat them preseason, twice in the regular season, and in the playoffs. It's a good one. Ben Lomond playing Ogden. They played last week too.
Tell you, Ben Lomond put up a fight this last week. They did a great job in that contest of hanging around, really battling with the Ogden Tigers. I thought that game would have a little more separation in it. It was just a 1-possession game in favor of the Tigers. You get another opportunity. And what does the practice look like this week? Does Ogden, do you take that for granted? Do you feel overly confident going against a team you just beat for Ben Lomond? Obviously a big rivalry game. It's heated. The battle for Ogden Valley is going to be online, and I think that Ben Lomond team is going to have a great response. But can you shut down the number 1 rusher in the state? They didn't last time. I'm going Ben Lomond. I'm going to take the Scots, huh? I'm going off the radar here a little bit. I'm going to take Ben Lomond. I think Ogden needed a lot of things to go right in that ball game. They did. Can they get that fortune back-to-back? Yeah, they might. But I'm going with the Scots. Man, that feels good. I don't know if I've ever picked Ben
I'm
Lomond.
happy for you. You know, because the difference in the Raider-Bronco games that year,
Yeah.
Napoleon McCallum, he had the second best day in Raider history in the playoffs. I'm going Ogden. They're going to tote the rock.
All right.
Going to go Ogden. Back-to-back weeks in wins over Ben Lomond. Provo and Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, you know, this Provo team, Dusty, going to be interesting to see what kind of fight they have. That Mountain Ridge team, Aiden Helm, he has gotten so much better as the year has gone on. We talked about the week he had this last week in a big win over Spanish Fork for the Sentinels. I think he's going to be a problem. I got Mountain Ridge.
I'm going Mountain Ridge too. I mean, go down to scoreless points against Spanish Fork. I think Coach Mayfew's got that team turned in the right direction. I'll go with Mountain Ridge as well. Provo's kind of been the Farmington on the south end of the valley here, just struggling to try to get their best game ahead of them. Spanish Fork at Highland.
Yeah, interesting game here, Dusty. I mean, Highland played Skyline 2 weeks ago, and their defense showed up, had a couple of early turnovers, led to some points. They had a lead against Skyline. They just couldn't keep up with that potent Eagle offense. Problem here is for Highland is you got a potent Spanish Fork offense, and you got to find a way to try to slow down Zach Dart and company. And not a lot of teams have been able to do that. Highland's going to have to put a ton of points on the board. I think their offense has struggled to do that consistently. How do you find 40 points in this ballgame? I don't know. I got Spanish Fork.
I don't know either. Zach Dart, Morley Bennett, a little bit too much here, and I'm going to go with the Fighting Smiths. Layton at Riverton.
Yeah, this is a game with two teams that have had very peaks and valleys this year, right? Layton high moment, beating Weber for a second consecutive time. And then they have weeks where it's like, man, you give up a lead to Clearfield and you lose a game late. And for Riverton, you have, hey, we beat Bingham, and then we struggled to find the end zone after that. And how does that all kind of come together in one big hodgepodge in the first round of the playoffs? I'm going to go with Riverton. They've been there before. It's going to be at home. I think the Silver Wolves, look, you can get back to some things. Go back and watch that Bingham tape. Get back on kind of the right side. That defense is going to have to play well. That was really the key in the Bingham win. Got to slow down this Layton team. They've shown they can score. Riverton, I'm going to go with Riverton, but I think the defense is going to have to play well.
Yeah, this is a tough one because I could see this going either. Which teams show up?
Right.
I'm going to go with Riverton. I wanted to go Layton. I'll go Riverton. I'll stay with Riverton. Go with your first gut. All right, and let's go to our game of the week this week. Westlake at Hunter. Here's a little fun fact. Ready for a fun fact?
I love fun facts.
The last team from Region 2 to win a state tournament game, not named Kearns, Hunter. Hunter hosted Lone Peak that year. That was the last time a Region 2 team not named Kearns won a state tournament game.
Wow.
So a re-return of that one. So Westlake at Hunter, Dane Stewart will be there.
Kirk Herbstreit never has to do this, but apparently for entertainment, Dane does. Got to give Dusty opportunities to claw back in things. I think this is a really fun game. That Westlake team was so impressive outside of region play, and I know Region 4 was just a beatdown. This Westlake team is a lot better than their record indicates, and the RPI helps to balance that out a little bit. This Hunter team, they've been so good the last couple of weeks, Dusty. A win over West. They hang tight with Kearns, and then a couple of big blowouts. That offense looks different. They've done some things differently on the offensive side. It's led to good things for the Wolverines. Can they get a playoff win at home? I'll tell you, for me, I feel like there's some momentum here. What does Westlake do coming off giving up 70 points to Skyridge? I know it's Skyridge, but at some point that becomes hard, right? How do you kind of circle the troops again? I'm going to go with Hunter at home. I got Region 2 with a Region 4 first-round win.
Wow. First time since 2015 if that happens.
And now I'm going to do my best, Dusty Lister, for content, right?
For content, yeah, it's all content. Because you just want to walk through Hunter stands with picking the wrong team.
He's done it before.
Yeah, well, we've all done it. I'm going Westlake. Coach Louis Wong and the Thunder. I think they take care of business in this one. It doesn't mean I think they're going to pull them out. I think it's a close one.
It's a close game.
Yeah. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know who you think is going to win these games in the first round. Second round games are going to be very interesting as well, but we'll have all those. We'll have our bracketology video next week too. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching Deseret News Rewind on Deseret.com.